Hi, this is Drew Jones of Drew's Guitar Shop in Seattle, Washington, and I'm just doing a little follow-up video to the shielding issues that are present in this little orange Tele here. So as you can see, I have all of the control plates open. Everything is covered in shop towels to keep it from marring the finish. But we're seeing the same kind of sort of corner cutting on the inside here. This is a Fender Player Series. My opinion, this kind of thing is unacceptable in any echelon of guitar, like even a student guitar. Like if you're going to bother putting the shielding paint in there, just do it right. I don't understand this just going on the bottom and doing nothing else, because like this especially, this isn't even connected to ground, and the plate that's over it that is grounded isn't actually engaging with it anywhere. So like this literally is not a shield. This is just shielding paint hanging out in there. It would do absolutely nothing. So yeah, we're gonna go in here, we're gonna shield all of this stuff with aluminum foil, do it right. The holes in the interior here, I am gonna go ahead and use shielding paint, which I am going to connect to some kind of hard connection to ground, because that's the way that you do it. And at the end of the day, what we're gonna have is a much better shield job in this guitar, which I'll show you here in the second half of the video. One thing that's good to do when you're doing one of these shielding jobs, especially in one of these Fenders, is to pull this little guy out, this label here with the serial number on it. Pull it out and re-adhere it with at least a little bit of Scotch tape or something, unless you got the adhesive off intact enough to stick it back. I would still reinforce it with some with some tape, honestly, even if the adhesive is still intact, just because it's re-adhering, it may not go on as nicely, and then you have the thing rattling around in there. But the other thing that I wanted to point out too was this in here. Now, what I was saying about the shielding paint, I do use that shielding paint in cavity holes like this one here. So this is the hole that goes from the neck pick, or from the bridge pickup to the control cavity. And what I did was I dropped a paintbrush down there, a big long paintbrush, and I just went ahead and colored it in once on both sides, let that dry for about an hour, and then came back, and after all of the tape was put in, I did another coat, and this coat actually goes on the outside of the foil. Now, the benefit to that outside of the foil is that we now have a solid connection between the shielding paint and the foil. And that, combined with that little uncovered bus wire going through there, it'll make sure that there's a reasonably good protection in that little hole that runs between these two pieces, because stuff can get in in those holes as well. I did get the wire a little bit with the paint, and that is actually okay. That paint will kind of scrape away with a little bit of naphtha, and it's a bit more efficient to just go ahead and color it in rather than to go in and unsolder everything. This is after I have gone in and done my shielding work. This is pretty par for the course of how I would normally do a Telecaster. Different guitars I'll do differently. In this case, we've got three primary, cavities that we're working on here with the neck pickup, bridge pickup, and the control cavity. I also went ahead and coated this with some foil. This had no foil on it whatsoever, which honestly for Telecasters is kind of common, since this isn't actually something that normally covers a control plate. The only area that I'm really concerned about is this up here. And in fact, I could have just shielded this area over the neck pickup, but I find that the more ground surface that I put into an instrument, the quieter it tends to be. And so I'm actually pretty okay taking up all of the real estate underneath this pick guard for a sheet of foil. I think that that's actually going to help things. One thing that I'll note here is that if you look and see this little screw here, this is actually just a piece of uncovered bus wire that I've kind of put two little loops in, and I've soldered the loops shut. So this is a screw that's just basically holding that bus wire to this shielding in the bridge pickup cavity, and then goes through into the control cavity here, so that those have a firm link that is more than just, you know, this thing touching over this, so that all of this is a cohesive structure. The reason that I haven't run the same kind of bus wire deal through this cavity here is because this over here I can actually hide. This pick guard fits nice and close up to the edge of the control plate like it should, and so what I've done here is I've dog-eared a sheet of foil tape on both sides and gone through and covered it that way. And so this is essentially acting exactly the same as this wire here and linking up those two cavities. So now all I need to do is seal this up and get everything put back together and do the setup on this guitar, and it's gonna play great.